Hello and good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself and our group members. I'm Ku, followed by Azahira, Fatin Adriana, Nurul Fatiha, and also Nur Ain Nazira from Group 4 would like to present about our proposal topic for today, which is Putrajaya Wetlands Potential as an Ecotourism. For the introduction, our group have choose Putrajaya Wetlands as our research site. Before we go detail about our topics, I would like to share some short story about Putrajaya Wetlands. As we know, Putrajaya Wetlands is the first man-made wetlands in Malaysia and the largest constructed freshwater wetlands in the tropic. The construction has begun in March 1997 and was completed in August 1998. In addition, Putrajaya Wetlands is also rich in birds diversity due to the rich vegetation and suitable aquatic food present in the wetlands. The abundance and diversity of the food resources will attract the birds to stay at the wetlands before they move to other places. As we know, wetlands have many functions which is used for both passive and active recreation and parkland for aesthetic and recreational value.
Okay, next is problem statement. As we know, wetland has been destroyed in the past mostly as a result of agricultural operation. This action leads to man-made or artificial wetland, which is Putrajaya Wetland, has been constructed to meet the needs of wetlands. This research is to determine the potential that Putrajaya Wetland have as ecotourism.
The objective of Putrajaya Wetland Potentials Ecotourism are preserve and manage wetlands so as not affect the natural ecosystem and biodiversity of the area. Increase community awareness of the importance of wetland ecosystem and because wetlands are the habitat of flora and fauna. Wetlands are habitat for fish, birds, and mammals. The diversity of life and plants becomes an attraction for animals to inhabit this area. Wetlands provide shelter, breeding, and food sources for animals. Wetlands also a stopover for migratory birds to lay eggs and breed. Next is to sustainably develop the uniqueness and potential of tourism based on eco and culture in the wetlands. This can help local people to earn income and can attract tourists from all over the country as well as improve the country's economy.
The aim of our research to find out about potentials of Putrajaya wetlands as ecotourism and to assess the level of ecosystem effectiveness. Based on our research goals and literature review, we developed the following 3 research questions to guide our investigations. The first question is how can Putrajaya wetlands to survive to maintain the alternatives of wetlands ecosystem. Question number two is how to develop the potentials of Putrajaya wetlands in terms of tourism, uniqueness, and culture in suitable manner. The question number 3 is what are the ways to resist public awareness of the importance of wetlands ecosystem? From that question, we form two hypotheses. First is when community are aware of the importance of wetlands, then wetlands ecosystem will both score. The second hypothesis is when community can manage wetlands well, then we can maintain the alternatives of wetlands ecosystem.
For research scope, the scope of study is restricted to Putrajaya wetland because it had been chosen as our study site. Secondly, the study also involves an analysis of community opinion about Putrajaya wetland through questionnaire methods. The scope also is limited to Malaysia and most specifically to community inside the country.
Biology, we do the general research question first, and then we do the selected relevant sites and subjects. We choose the overts and converts and gain access from lecture and collect relevant data such as question and analysis moments and interpret data, collecting of more data to find out about the potentials of Putrajaya Wetlands, and we write up of findings what we get from collectings, and then we end of our research.
For selection of relevant sites, we decide to choose Putrajaya Wetland as our study site because of a few aspects that can be observed. Secondly, we decide to choose covert method as preparation of collecting data. Next, for collecting relevant data, we use a few methods such as questionnaire and analytics memos. Lastly, we interpret the data and start writing up all findings into a research proposal.
Okay, lastly, the expected result. First, we can expect that the preservation and also the conservation of Putrajaya wetland will help in protecting the natural ecosystem and also their biodiversity. Second, this research also support the development of the uniqueness and also the potential of the ecotourism. And lastly, the expected result that we can get from this research is to increase the community awareness regarding Putrajaya wetland ecosystem.